Hey guys, this is Shaft. Sorry about that. Looks like we just ran into some technical difficulties. Josh's computer decided to shut down at such a lovely time right there, but it's okay. We can recover this game, and that's no problem at all. Let me pull everyone in here.
Oh wow, that was super frustrating. I don't know why my computer decides to do it. It just has this random spits where it's like, alright, it's time to crash.
Alright, so we're resuming from replay, getting it ready from the players. As we said, guys, sorry about that. Yeah, it's so funny because people believe that thing about pings and refs. They say that ref pings show for players. That's complete bullshit. I do it all the time.
Oh, TB him. Alright, let's get back into this. So, recovering this game ASAP, and I'm leaning more towards Pumpkins to win this, taking away with the DTs and doing too much damage.
Yeah, the Dark Templar are amazingly effective in this matchup. I think them being caught at a proxy like that has completely caught the Terran off guard, because he's literally spending 300 minerals to kill every DT that goes in his base, and he has to wait. How long does it take to build up 50 energy?
About 15 game seconds.
Wow.
So that's a lot of wiggle room for those DTs to kind of get in there and just be like, slapping around them SCVs, killing his economy. Meanwhile, Protoss probably likely to expand behind it and then just follow through.
I just had the best visual when you said it, slapping around the SCVs, because I mean, every SCV has a cigarette in his mouth, so I imagine the Dark Templar just snatching it right out of their mouth. Alrighty, so we got the countdown, 3, 2, 1, and we are live. The Banshees are starting to pop out just now, and looks like we're going to be getting this resumed. So there are Dark Templar right now killing this bunker. There's not much defense to be had for it. Looks like the Marines inside of it going to get targeted down now as well. Legend about to be losing SCVs as soon as he finishes losing his army, but taking a look at what's going on in Pumpkin's base, there is a Banshee and a medevac with a Marine inside of it, but there's also an Archon that is being morphed here. Now, the probes are actually being sent all the way over to his opponent's base, whereas the SCVs are all being sent to the Protoss base, so it looks like both players getting ready to just switch up.
Oh, this Archon's just found the mother lode. Look at all these SCVs. They're trying to get a nice surround on it, and some good stutter step with this. It's just destroying everything. So many of these SCVs now into the red. The splash damage and AoE is just cancelling out. And the Archons can sit here and live with 56 shield energy. Very unfortunate here.
Dude.
One Marine.
I never thought I'd see the day SCVs almost killed an Archon.
It would have been a very interesting time. Now, what we've got left is command centers floating around being a boss. Starport's now trying to move its way into the Protoss's natural, and the DTs have basically left everything inside of the Terran's base either on fire or they're so close to death.
The thing about this Dark Templar rush is they cannot attack air, and this has become a base trade situation. So I feel like the Terran is going to have an easier time setting up another base, but Pumpkins has the money to go ahead and build another Nexus. Yet the tech is now being targeted down by Legend of Pumpkins over there in the top right corner. So you have to wonder who is going to get the upper hand in this base trade.
Oh, this is going to come down to a very fine line. I'd imagine both players are going to fight this straight to the end. The DTs are going to come in here and do absolutely what? Get a good slice off on top of one of those Widow Mines, and now this Archon could basically be the saving grace for Pumpkins. Yeah, as you said, he has no anti-air.
Well, it's also worth noting that there's currently 0 SCVs on the field where there are 12 probes. So if ever a Nexus does get established, and one did just get laid down, looks like the Protoss will have an easier time getting back on his feet. But Legend already has his orbital command laid down and is producing SCVs to get back into this game. So, again, it's just basically the life of these Banshees is all that's standing between the Terran and defeat. He has to use this energy wisely.
And the beautiful thing about that as well is he has no detection. Therefore, these Banshees can go basically uncontested so long as they have energy to continue to do damage.
Yeah, there is no robotics bay to get an observer to help target that down whatsoever.
Oh, but Pumpkin realizes this immediately throws down a forge. Smart play.
Yeah, he's gonna want that at his new. I guess we would call that his main at this point. His brand new main. But it's curious to me why he built it there rather than to reinforce the tech he already had on the top right side of the map.
I think it's at a really awkward stage where both players are just panicking to the very bitter end is kind of like, oh, I just gotta get this, and we're just gonna do it on this side of the map because we don't want to go near the Banshees because I kind of just want the detection, and it's gonna be way too like micro intensive to try and build up cannons and slowly do all the rest of it while I want to do this.
Well, as you stated at the beginning of this match, man, this is just such a weird map to play on that things like this tend to happen a little more often than they probably should.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine there'd be a lot of base trade scenarios on this map. Some SCVs going out left and right, trying to figure out what's going on. This medevac's going to find the newly established base here for the Protoss, and this pylon is in a very awkward position in kind of empowering this one cannon that's kind of going to be the saving grace here for Pumpkins right now. So if that pylon goes down and he's got no more reinforcing pylons...
There is a second for cannon.
Yeah. Very smart to kind of double up on that. Oh no! The medevac comes in here, it might even commit itself. Oh, he's gonna just watch out, the medevac's on 8 HP and he goes down!
Ouch!
Oh.
That's actually hugely devastating. That was like the only offensive army that the Terran really had. Everything else he's got has to stay home for defense. But he's gonna try. He's gonna try and send those Banshees across the map and see what happens.
Yeah, he's got balls like MacGyver. He's gonna go out there and give it a good crack with these 2 Banshees he's got left. And what have we got here to confront him? One of the Archons has decided to stay at home. Second Archon
out. The other one's coming back now, so all he's got to do is buy some time with his Archon prettiness. He's sparkly. He's like Edward.
Oh no, those Twilight references.
Indeed. This is still a better love story than Twilight.
Banshee versus the Archon. Still a better love story. This is just a real...
What
are you doing?
Banshee. It's a pretty icon.
Oh no, loses another Banshee. So left with one Banshee sitting currently at 46 HP. This Archons can't get in range, and it's just looking like it's going to hover up in this nice little spot it's found over the natural. Or what seems to be Pumpkin's new main.
Yeah. There's not very much production right now for Legend, and he doesn't really have the economy to start that much up. He's getting a second barracks right now, as well as a refinery, but he's only sitting on 10 workers with, basically the living off the back of the mule.
Yeah, I would even uncloak this Banshee and just sit here in this position. Like, there's nothing that the Protoss can do. His cybernetics core is unpowered. I'm not even sure whether or not he can walk in Stalkers. Never mind. That just answers my question. Bam. And does this Stalker have the range on it? It does. Oh no, the Banshee!
Oh. Wow.
Legend, why? Now we're going to see this counterattack with 2 Archons and 1 Stalker against the currently 3 racks being produced here for the Terran player, and a bunker goes down immediately. He realizes that the pain is coming, and if he doesn't stop it with a bunker or have some kind of defense, it's all over Red Rover.
Dude, are we really going to see a timing attack of 1 Stalker, 2 Archons kill a Terran?
It's very possible, man. The Archon's replenishing its shields, and they're going to be very, very beefy. We're talking like 800 shields worth. That's 800 DPS. It's going to go up against, 3 Marines? The bunker finishes. Can the Marines get inside of it? They do. And then some Pumpkins just being oh so smart, just bypasses that bunker completely and goes, well, look, you have to stay there. I can run around and kill everything. SCVs alike just being absolutely destroyed right now. Focus firing now on the starport, so no more air units coming out for the Terran player anytime soon. So
Legend
unfortunate.
is actually basically just got killed, man, because
Yeah.
there's now nothing left here to defend this bunker. He can't even scan right now. He lands just for a small, brief period, but one more Dark Templar, it's done. There we go. There's the GG.
He realizes it's up, and XT taking game number 1.
Well, Legend really lived up to his nickname of the Jesus Terran. He was living off the back of a mule for quite some time, yet he wasn't able to pull out a miracle. It wasn't quite enough.
Alright guys, stay tuned as the next set of games will be underway.
Yep, looks like we're going to be having Extraterrestrial. Going to have to go ahead and make a decision. Who do they want to send out? Because it's UR who's going to get the first pick, but UR is going to get to pick the map. XT is going to get to choose the first player, and then UR is going to get the opportunity to counter pick. So XT comes out of this saying, okay, who's our best, most solid player? Not a sniper. They don't want someone who's only good in 1 or 2 matchups. They want someone who's good across the board. Who do you think they're going to send out?
I'm still in a very uncomfortable position with all this because I just don't know the scene enough. I don't know the players. I don't know what they're capable of, and I think it might even become map dependent. Like, we've got UI that just lost first game.
Well, XT has to announce their player before the map is decided on. So that's interesting. Well, guys, while we're in this little interlude here, I encourage you to go check out Team Extraterrestrials' website. They've been kind enough to provide that. That is Extraterrestrials, XTRA, and then the word terrestrial spelled normally, .us is their website. It's going to be linked in stream, but feel free to go check that out. Check out their roster, check out their forums. They've got information on the UASL, lots of other cool goodies out there. If you want to show the team some love and some support, that's a great way to do it. If you want to show us some love and support, please check out Twitter. My Twitter is @TheOnlyShaft, or check out YouTube, where I post lots of strategic content, as well as some entertaining casts, such as this stuff from the UASL. My YouTube you can find by searching Clanny Casting Crew, or just going to youtube.com, users misused shaft. Run Amok, I think you've got some stuff to plug as well.
Yeah, I've got a Twitter. Feel free to follow that. It's @IXLRunamok. I've also got a YouTube channel. I do some co-casting, and I've got my own Terran videos there to try and help out some young Terrans. You can find that at Grims and Runner. It's not a trap. It's not like I'm baiting in kiddies with candy and there's a white van. It's not how this rolls. It's the interwebs.
Wow, you got you a white van, buddy?
My white van is YouTube, and the candy is StarCraft. And what do I do with that? I don't. What do you do? It's like, now they're in the van. Oh, goody. I don't actually own the van. YouTube owns the van. So if there was only to be some kind of like internet rape or something like that, I wouldn't even need to take the blame for it. The lawyers over at YouTube would cop it all.
Wow.
So what is that like?
Thought this out way too deep.
Outsourcing some potential illegalness when it's not. I don't know. It's full of messiness. Either ways.
Well, it looks like Extraterrestrials is going to be fielding Zhao J. Now we're just waiting on the map selection for Underrated as well as their player. You guys, we are reading the chat, so if you want to talk to us, remember there is a 2-minute delay, but feel free. We are definitely willing to chit-chat, especially during downtime like this. If you have any questions or thoughts or concerns or suggestions, please feel free to throw them up here. We're definitely paying attention. It's not EX, it's XT.
XT is the new team that hasn't been released yet, and EX, sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh crap. It's okay, guys. Blame it on me being Australian.
Indeed, indeed. Damn Australian. Can't y'all read? So, if you were a Mortal Kombat character, who would you be and why?
Oh, gotta try and really dig back into the specifics of the characters, I guess. My favorite character by far has always been Scorpion, and his story is...
Shoutouts to Shane Arma. Yes, really. Go ahead.
The story behind him is kind of like chasing, I think it was a family member who was killed by... Who's the other one? The ice guy. I've got to play... Yeah, Sub-Zero, that's it. You know, they're both assassins, and then he went after his family, and Scorpion's basically... His whole thing is just a huge vendetta.
Yeah. And Scorpion's like a sorcerer ninja. Anyways, it looks like we are going to have our next map as Whirlwind. Feel free to go ahead and post that up if you like. They said Whirlwind. Oh, no, my bad.
Easy.
Jojo. I see. Well, dude, looks like we've got like 32 viewers. That's pretty awesome, considering we're only going into game number 2 right now. Guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're just now tuning in, you are watching UASL Week 3, Day 2. This is the Union of America's StarCraft 2 Team League, hosted by Daco State, also courtesy of X Gamers and XTraterrestrials. This is Shaft of the Clanic casting crew, bringing to you this awesome cast. If you're enjoying this, please let us know in the chat room. With me tonight is Ninth Legion's Run Amok, co-captain of the team, and one of the best Terran players I know. I hope you're having as good a time casting this as I am.
It's always a pleasure.
Someone says they want a ham sandwich. You know pork's bad for you, right?
Whoa. Loves the crackly pork.
Oh, dude, I don't eat pork. I haven't had anything pork in like 5 years.
That's worth it.
Ah.
each to their own. I don't smoke.
Me either. Smoking's bad for you. Tobacco's bad.
Well, then again, I do drink. But who here doesn't like to give it a good scotch?
Gotcha. Alright, so let's get this mug started. We got the ready from both players. Go.
GLHF.
Yeah, we can increase my volume, guys. Hold on. Is that a little bit better, Josh?
Yeah.
Am I louder?
A little bit more.
If you go a little bit more. How's that?
Easy.
Cool. Alright, so hopefully that's a little bit better, guys.
Alright, so kicking into game number 2, Revrain versus Joja.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. This is going to be on Belshir Vestige. So here on the top left-hand side of that map, we've got playing for Team XTraterrestrials, the orange Zergy McFerguson, Joja. And here on the bottom right-hand side of Belshir Vestige, we thought it was Whirlwind. We were just kidding. It's a lot longer, a little bit skinnier. It's the blue Terran buddy playing for Underrated. He's the reign of a Reverend. Reverend.
Oh, man. Alright, so is TVZ. I like this matchup quite a lot more recently.
I fucking hate this matchup.
Really getting into it, really understanding it a lot more, and it's fantastic to see, like, Biomine, when you get it right, it just works so goddamn well. When you get it wrong...
That's why I hate this matchup.
When you get Biomine wrong, it just destroys everything that you own, and everything you clutch on for dear life just feels like it's for nothing.
Indeed. That's why I like a good safe 10 pool. when I'm up against Terran. We're not seeing it this game, unfortunately, but, it's always an option. It's a great build, guys, because you're not going to win a macro game against a Terran. Like you just said, Marine, Mine, Bioball, Medevac, fuck that.
Well, you can definitely win it. Definitely. If you get to Ultralisks, Biomine just kind of becomes shit. Especially if you catch them before they start getting Marauders, you kind of just laugh at them, manically.
CC first, wow.
Yeah, and I don't like the high ground CC first anymore, because Zergs have figured out I can just build a hatch rate is natural. And I can really just throw everything away, and it doesn't matter, a Terran player is going to be behind.
With the creep tumors and spine crawlers, a couple of Zerglings, yeah, I love it. Oh, Sinastron, shoutouts. By the way, I'm not passing up bacon. Turkey bacon is delicious, and I even buy a turkey Italian sausage. For instance, I'm cooking dinner as we do this, slow cooking some Italian sausage in the oven. Ooh. All made out of turkey, spicy and sweet, motherfuckers. It's delicious.
Good effort, good effort. Now, is he going to do a nice little drone extract steel, or nope, decides to die, and there is the bones in the left of the carcass. Now, what do we have? Whoa, what is this? What is with this third hatchery? This is some craziness right here. He's actually just going to go, 4 hatch before pull? This guy is a madman!
Yeah, this is actually a build that you see Cats do a little bit. I've only ever seen him do it in ZVP, though. This is an interesting build, though, because he's going to be able to flood out a lot of drones, a lot of lings. He's not worrying about queens whatsoever, which basically this is like having 2 hatch, 2 queen, except at some point you're going to get queens for all these bases, and your production's going to explode. So he could do like a really incredible Ling Rush or something off this. And basically this forces his opponent to do some kind of timing. So if he does Lings with speed, maybe a couple Banelings or something mixed in, he's really going to throw off his opponent's timing and can still stay alive. I would not want to see him drone too heavily off this, though, because this is super all-in if, he did go for that greedy economic kind of Liquid Ret style.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, the beauty about this is...
I've seen Liquid Ret do this! I have seen Liquid Ret do this. That's exactly what he does. He's gonna flood out some drones until about 40 supply, and then he just fucking rapes. I remember this. I've seen Liquid Ret do this. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be a huge increase in lava. You're going to need almost no need for queens, but he's getting some queens anyway, so a bit of a mineral dump there. And the follow-up to it could be so devastating against a Terran. If I was to scout this as a Terran player, I would be like, what the hell? Okay, well, you're not going to have units until at least the 9-minute mark, so I'll probably do some kind of Hellion timing. And the first 2 Hellions are coming out. We can see the first 3 queens coming out here for the Zerg player. Do you think it's going to be enough to stop these Hellions as they might run rampant through the mineral lines? Oh, he's getting some static defense with spine crawlers. It's not so bad.
Well, he's definitely going to have the static D up in time. Part of this build is definitely using drones to defend, which means spine and spore. My fear here is the fact that there's a tech lab on that starport, which means we're probably going to be seeing banshees with cloak.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't know if Jalji is going to be prepared for that.
Yeah, that could definitely be something to throw him off. So going back to Wings of Liberty, this kind of unique strategies mingling with each other, it's going to be very interesting to see how they play out. Cloaked Banshees with some Hellions mixed into this really fast 4-hatch before pull build.
Well, I think of all teams, Underrated would be the team most prepared to deal with something like this. As we mentioned earlier, they do have the player Spanishiwa, who is infamous for doing these kinds of no gas, high defensive, spine crawler, high queen builds. So I think Underrated, having trained with that environment, may actually be a little more prepared. And Rave Rain is showing us some awesome stuff. What do you think is going to come out of the Reverend next?
Oh, I don't know, he's roasting up some nice drones there, getting in some decent kills. We've got 10 workers killed so far. That's actually really nice for the first initial Hellions, especially to kind of slow down this Zerg player. It seems to be powering off of a fast 4-hatch build. Third CC's Seems to be a nice follow-up. We've got the stim combat shields going to be following after that. We've got a bunch of barracks being laid down, so the groundwork is going nuts here for Rev Rain currently.
Yay.
Man.
And then XT has a win already, right?
Yar.
So do shift 1. Victory. Alright, so basically these Hellions are doing okay. They're not really denying creep stride too much, and they can't deny a third base, but they can try to deny a fourth base. I think that Rev Rain's thrown off a little bit. He should really have a third base by now of his own, but instead he's trying to get an army out a little bit quicker than is necessarily normal. And do you think this will come to haunt him?
Yeah, I think it could definitely come to kind of bite him back in the ass. The infrastructure's good thus far. He's going for this double tech lab style. He's got his getting his upgrades. 1-1's pumping out. He's got this third CC. It's finished, and he's trying to get some map control with his Hellions, but he's kind of donating them here, and it's really unfortunate. You really got to keep those alive if you want to follow up for like the 11-minute timing with the 1-1 and some bio. Now he sees the fourth base, that these Hellions can't do anything, and with speed about to finish, these Zerglings going to get right on top of the Hellions and just outright deny them. Oh my, so... Alright, let's go. Speed just finishes now. That would have been absolutely ridiculous. Oh no. Run, Ends! Run!
He needs to actually run behind those Hellions and then do like a kind of a surround and then attack click. Right now he's just attack clicking, which is making them line up the roads just even more. But he is going to get in position to deny this third of the Terran. Now it's interesting because we've actually got 1-1 upgrades coming out for Jalja now, as well as a Baneling Nest and a Spire. So at this stage in the game, he is saying, you know, I want some anti-air a little bit, but I still want heavy upgrades. I'm not going to go too heavily into Mutalisks. But he did get this quick 3 base and got some gases exploded all at, you know, a pretty early time. And he's even got the potential to get his 7th and 8th gas at any point he chooses. So he could really go into heavy Mutalisks. Do you think we're going to see that? Or is he going to use this economy to bump up to, like, Ultralisks or Broodlords?
Well, for the Spire to finish up at a reasonable timing, 12 minutes, he's probably going to power ahead with probably, I'd say, anywhere between 10 to 12 mutas, but he could go for this cute little Baneling attack here. So Baneling's morphing on the left-hand side of the Terran's base. He's deciding to, I suppose, take upon Flash's, a page out of Flash's book, and just go, alright, well, I'm going to be pushing up this way into the 4th. It's time to go do some damage now. Here come the Zerglings, are going to probably... If they can take out a missile turret, maybe do a lot of economic damage. Oh, that bunker. Good focus fire on top of the Banelings. Gets it. So too strong there for Rev Rain as he's now pushing into the 4th base of the Zerg player. But a lot of these units look like they're cleaned up by Banelings. Only Marauders left with a Banshee, and that's never a good sign.
Oh, absolutely not. But there's also some Mutalisks here to help really do some damage here to these medevacs. Medevac numbers can get insane later on in a TVZ, so you really want to keep those numbers down as much as possible as a Zerg player. Now, there's a lot of mines here on the ground, so he's got to be careful not to let these Banelings get killed off by those. He's also about to tank a shot with his Mutalisks from these, which again is not something you really want to do.
Focus fire on that mine takes out a Baneling, so good decision making there for Rev Rain. Mutas swinging in here on the right hand side, trying to get some nice pot shots off onto these SCVs and doing a pretty successful job so far. And the Terran player is just kind of scrambling his defenses and really trying to set up a minefield between his 3rd and the 4th here of the Zerg player, but with more extractors going up, that's going to be 8 gas, and I'd likely see the infestation pit being laid down pretty soon as we see a hive-tech transition. But for the meantime, we've got to hold off this mid-game aggression with the Lingbane Mutalisk. Ooh, swinging from the left-hand side, catching a lot of these Terran units completely unprepared, and the Mutalisk cleaning up. Malcolm, I think Joja is definitely pulling this off with his strange style. He's even getting another base on the left-hand side, but a Marauder drop over here will probably see a quick cancellation of that.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. This drop is the Reverend's only option here. He is getting a huge Baneling swarm shoved down his throat, but there's a lot of missile turrets here, so he's targeting down the bunker instead, just trying to use stealth and positioning to not lose Mulus. But at this point he says, fuck it, I'm going to send in speedlings and wreck your...
Yeah, and look, there's like nothing left. We're trying to set like this whole position micro on top of this missile turret, but the Zerglings are just